Okay guys, so today's video is me reacting to my favourite movie of all time. I hope I'm in focus because this new camera is confusing. Very professional setup for me. Okay, so I think I'm in focus. Hopefully. That's all I can really hope for at this point. So I'm doing my favourite movie of all time. It's also the movie that I play for people when I want to see what kind of a person they are. So when this movie came out, I think it was 2006, the discourse around feminism and women and relationships is very different than it is now. I feel like now we're like very progressive. We're very progressive. Not very, but like we're more progressive. And we understand that, you know, women are allowed to have careers and allowed to have other focuses than men. And that's great. So when this movie came out, there was a villain, right, in mind. And then now when I watch people analyze this movie, the villain is completely different. So now when I get into relationships or any friendships or anything at all, I play them this movie. And I'm not even joking. I play them this movie, and when the credits roll, I ask the most important question, which is, who was the villain in this story? And if they give me the wrong answer, then it's game over. We're not going on any more dates, or we're not seeing each other anymore. If they give me the right answer, they're in. This is literally step one of becoming friends with Angelika Oles, is answer correctly. So we're going to watch this movie and I'm going to tell you guys what the correct answer is. Cheating a little bit for you guys, but I want to help you guys out. So let's just start. I'll do my makeup. If you're new around here, I do makeup, I watch movies. Subscribe if that's something that you guys want to see. Hit that bell and you'll know when I'm posting. Like, comment for engagement to push the content out. And let's just get into it. This scene, this beginning scene with this song, this became mine and my mom's favorite song. This movie makes me so happy. You guys don't understand, like, pure joy that I feel when I watch this movie. It's joy. I'm having a good time right now. This even worked for me. I feel like I'm just like, I'm ecstatic. And Meryl Streep, this is hands down her best role that she's ever played. I won't even hear another word about this. This is her best role. No one else could play it the way she played it. I have an appreciation for nice handbags and nice things because of this movie. And I think one of the best roles is Emily.
Andrea Sachs?
Yes?
Great. Human Resources certainly has an odd sense of humour. Follow me.
My second favourite character in the movie. No, third. Miranda? Miranda, no, she's second. Miranda, then her, and then... What's his name? Anyway, the guy who works for Miranda as well. I can't remember his name.
A million girls would kill for this job.
Oh, boy, it sounds like a great opportunity. I'd love to be considered.
Andrea. Runway is a fashion magazine, so an interest in fashion is crucial.
What makes you think I'm not interested in fashion?
She's stunning, she's amazing, she's iconic, she's a legend. I love just like the absolute fear in people's faces. Oh my god, this is iconic.
Tell Simone I'm not going to prove that girl that she sent me for the Brazilian layout. I asked for clean, athletic, smiling. She sent me dirty, tired, and paunchy.
I would love to be offended by Miranda Priestly. Like if she just like roasted me, I would be honoured.
I need to see all the things that Nigel has pulled.
Nigel! Why did I forget his name for a minute? He's like my favourite character. Miranda, Emily, Nigel. But it changes every now and then. Sometimes it's Miranda, Nigel, Emily. It just depends on the scene, who's better in the scene, but they're iconic.
And you have no style or sense of fashion.
Well,
That wasn't a question.
I think that depends on what you're...
No. That wasn't a question.
Who is that sad little person?
Sad little person with a ugly briefcase. Andrea. Come back. Yeah. She's in disbelief herself. She's like, how did I land this one?
There's some reason that my coffee isn't here. Has she died or something?
And this is loosely based on Anna Wintour, by the way, if you guys didn't know. She was the editor-in-chief of Vogue, and she was apparently very demanding.
Calls roll to voicemail and she gets very upset if I'm not here.
Understandably so. She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
What if I need to...
What?
Pee? There's no time for peeing.
Miranda hired me. She knows what I look like.
Do you?
No.
My name is Andrea, but everybody calls me Andy.
She does not care what people call you. Oh, it's the look up and down. And yep, that's all.
That's all.
She just grabs the shoe. She's like, oh, nope. I'm not going to last much longer when I wear these shoes.
It's a tough call. They're so different.
Well, yeah, they are. Oh my god, Andy. Andy.
Both those belts look exactly the same.
They don't look exactly the same. The buckles are different.
Learning about this stuff and...
This stuff.
This stuff?
Oh my god. Rip her a new one, Miranda.
You go to your closet and you select, I don't know, that lumpy blue sweater, for instance, because you're trying to tell the world that you take yourself too seriously to care about what you put on your back. But...
Andy was the original pick-me girl.
And it's sort of comical how you think that you've made a choice that exempts you from the fashion industry when in fact you're wearing a sweater that was selected for you by the people in this room.
I think anyone that thinks they're exempt from fashion, it's crazy. Like, we're all taking part in the fashion industry, whether you like it or not. Like, even if you don't care, the stuff that you pick out in stores has been picked out for you on the runway. Insignificant to you. I think it's kind of like, you know, downplaying someone's interests just because you don't understand them. Like, is this curing cancer? No. But is it making people happy? Yes. This scene is arguably the second most iconic scene in the movie. With like the flinging off the jacket. I think it's incredible. What I enjoyed in the book is that there was no focus on her boyfriend. It was her, she was living with a roommate, and the boyfriend was like, there was like a guy that she mentions at the start of the book, but then that kind of fizzles out. So it purely focuses on like her and her career and like her decisions, and it doesn't throw a random boyfriend into the mix. Like, I think it's good. It's a good choice.
It's some absurd weather problem. I need to get home tonight. The twins have a recital tomorrow morning at school.
From Miami to New York.
She just slams the door in his head like, Dad, keep up, I guess. Keep up or stay behind. It's not even that bad. It's just a bit of wind.
Okay, now Chanel, you're in desperate
Everyone's in desperate need of Chanel. I'm in desperate need of Chanel. Oh my god, this outfit. I love it! I love it! And the hairstyle, like the bangs on her, the straight hair. It annoys me as he has an issue with her commitment. Oh, the montage. He has a problem with the commitment that she now starts to have towards her job, right? And how much she's actually trying in her job with outfits and, you know, how much effort she puts in. But he doesn't mind the fact that she looks good now. The fact that she's more attractive in his eyes. He doesn't mind that part of it because that benefits him. But he does mind it when she has to give up on spending time with him for work. Her friends as well. Not very supportive.
A little clinique.
Oh, damn it. I love your job.
We love your job when it benefits us, when you get us free gifts. Love your job. But when you have to make sacrifices in your life for said job, no. Because that doesn't benefit us.
No. This bag is at $1,900. I cannot take this from you.
It's so selfish. It's so selfish.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is, it turns out that there is more to Runway than just fancy purses.
Oh wow, who would have thought people that like fashion are also not stupid? Oh, this scene infuriates me every time.
Yep, the dragon lady.
Let me talk to her.
No, okay, I need that.
I'll tell her to get her own scrambled eggs.
They literally don't take her job seriously unless it benefits them, unless they get something from it.
Oh, no.
It's just... I get so pissed off every single time. Like, she bought them free gifts worth thousands of dollars. And they're like, oh my god, we love your job. But actually, don't answer the phone right now. We think it's a joke, actually. We think your joke's... It's all a joke. It infuriates me every time. Every time I watch the movie, I got bad vibes from him. And he is bad vibes. And you can, like, feel it. That he's bad vibes. So he's not my favourite character either. I think the men in this... Like, any love interest in this movie is just absolute hot garbage, so...
Call my husband and confirm dinner.
A pastis done.
And I'll need a change of clothes.
Well, I've already messengered your outfit over to the shoot.
Impressive.
Fine. And Andrea,
She finally got her
I'd like you
name.
to deliver the book to my home tonight.
She called her by her name.
I need the new Harry Potter book for the twins.
Okay. I'll go down to Barnes & Noble right now.
Did you fall down and smack your little head on the pavement?
Duh. What do you think she just wants, like, the ones that are available for everyone?
If you want the unpublished manuscript.
Quit? Are you sure?
I failed. She's gonna fire me anyway. I might as well beat her to the punch.
Wow.
His response here pisses me off. He congratulated her for quitting a job that is going to get her to have an amazing career that she dreams about. Instead of like encouraging her to continue and like persevere and be determined. And he's like, oh, good, glad you fired yourself.
You didn't.
Oh, yes. Friend of a friend does the cover art, and she happens to have the manuscript.
Oh, no, because that would mean that I actually did something right.
Like, this job isn't easy, but the fact that he's just not encouraging her, even though he knows that this is going to help her to get her dream job in journalism, like, he's just not encouraging her at all, and I think that's just, like, gross. I hate it. It would be so much less stressful if he had actually just, like, encouraged her and helped her out. She would be so much less stressed out, but he's putting all this extra pressure on her, on top of already all the pressure that she has.
But I figure...
He's celebrating her being unemployed.
We should celebrate.
He's celebrating her not getting the opportunity in the area that she wants to work in. Like, he's celebrating the fact that she's now going to have to look for experience to work in journalism. It doesn't make sense to throw her away because all she needs is 1 year. She's already worked a few months out of the year. She might as well just power through the rest of the few months because she knows that at the end of it, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and he's just like, no. Me. I'm selfish. Me. Everything has to be for me. Like, she literally just has to work a year. It's sacrificing 1 year of your life for a lifetime of a career that you enjoy. And he just can't seem to comprehend that.
I thought that only the first assistant went to the benefit.
Only when the first assistant hasn't decided to become an incubus of viral plague.
The way she phrases everything is incredible. Like I said, if she had offended me and insulted me, I would be actually just honoured.
Look, you better just start without me, okay? I'll get there as soon as I can.
Andy, come on, it's his birthday.
Yes, birthdays are important. It's a work day. Like, if I ever went to school, my parents went to work, I didn't expect them to, like, drop work and spend all day with me because we could just celebrate on the weekend. It's a work day. And she's also an adult. Like, adults have responsibilities that they have to do before pleasure. Like, there are going to be many birthdays that she probably misses or he misses or, you know, it's like, yeah, it sucks and he probably just really wants to spend time with her, but at the same time, like, what do you want her to do? She's sacrificing 1 year of her life. That's one of your birthdays, so you can have a career that she loves. Doesn't that mean anything to him? Aww. It's like, I love the slow burn friendship between them throughout the movie. Like, it's like kind of like a slow burn romance. It's very slow, it's steady, and I think it's cute. I actually really like it.
Oh God, I know this.
It's Ambassador Franklin, and that's the woman that he left his wife.
Look at Auntie doing her thing. We're so proud of her. She's shocked. She's like, oh, did I actually remember that? She's so proud of herself, and this is why I mean, it's like, I wish she had like a support system. Her family, her friends, her boyfriend need to be supporting her in this.
Are you sure? Because my editor for New York Magazine is inside. And...
I wish she went inside. Not because of the guy, obviously, he's like a little bit, you know. But literally, like, this is a monument. This could have been a monumental moment for her career. And she had to say no. Because she knew that her boyfriend was going to be pissed off and they could just have a romantic dinner on the weekend. Instead, she had to sacrifice, like, a huge moment for her career. I get it, like, you know, sometimes you have to make selfish decisions, and it's like, this could have been huge for her career.
I'm sure Nate'll understand.
No, he won't. No, he won't, because he's selfish, actually. And the thing is, he's trying to be a chef, and from what I understand, from what I know, chefs have one of the, like, most demanding jobs. Like, the hours that chefs in kitchens work are unreal. So he knows that his hours are going to be crazy, and he's probably going to have to sacrifice birthdays and Christmases to do what he enjoys doing. But when she's the one that's also trying to do that, it's an issue. It's a problem. They could just celebrate on the weekend. Like, how often realistically in your adult life do you get to celebrate birthday on the day of your birthday? Usually you just wait until it's like a weekend or some kind of a planned situation. If you demand that people drop what they're doing on a random Wednesday...
Paris is the most important week of my entire
the Paris talk.
year. I need the best possible team with me. That no longer includes Emily.
When this dropped, I was like, oh, 6-year-old me knew this was drama.
Emily would die.
And it's not like Emily's being fired. She's just not going to Paris as a work trip. Like, that's what it is. It's not like she's losing her job. So I think it's like, you know... It's difficult though because they are becoming friends, but what can she do, really? Like, what can she do? Nothing. Oh, this was like the moment. I was like, Emily's screwed.
Well, good, because I've got so much to deal with before I go. I swear to God,
All the honors.
You should have said no.
Emily, I didn't have a choice.
She says this a few times, and then Nate calls her out on this. She doesn't have a choice, because her only choice is get fired. And that's not a choice when you're an adult with responsibilities and a career. Like, getting fired is not the choice here. So she doesn't have a choice, because she doesn't do what Miranda says, she's going to get fired.
Is that, you know, you're the one who said that you don't really care about this stuff. You don't really care about fashion. You just want to be a journalist. And what a pile of bollocks.
People's, I think this movie also, like, talks about, I guess, like, how much you change as a person, mainly in your 20s. Like, she wasn't interested in fashion, then she realised it was actually, like, really cool. And then she decided to be interested in fashion. I think that's fair enough. Like, I think people are allowed to have the space to grow. And that's why I get so pissed off at Nate and her friends, because they just did not give her the space to grow and enjoy new hobbies and enjoy new interests, because they were like, ew, no, that's a superficial interest. You're better than that. You shouldn't do that. And it was just frustrating.
Lily, have fun in Paris.
Ugh, and like the shaming over her, like, having like a huge opportunity at work to meet essentially like people from the industry that work in journalism for fashion, because that's what she said about Emily, that she's going to meet all these fashion people, so that could be her next year, and that is her a year early, so she's like progressing in her career. But she's a glamazon.
Didn't have a choice, okay? Miranda asked me and I couldn't say no.
I know, that's your answer for everything.
And now he's like angry at her for having to go to Paris, as if it's not a work trip. I'm just so confused.
I wouldn't care if you were out there pole dancing all night, as long as you did it with a little integrity.
But she is doing it with integrity. I don't see how she lacks integrity in any of this. Yes, people change and people develop and people progress.
Just own up to it. And then we can stop pretending like we have anything in common anymore.
Maybe this trip is coming at a good time. Maybe we should take a break.
Ugh, this glamorous like look of Paris. Like, Paris doesn't look like that in the daylight when you're not at Fashion Week. It just looks like a regular city. But this aesthetic here with the glamour and the Fashion Week vibes, I love it. That's the Paris that everyone like dreams about. But it's just literally every other city. It looks like London, really. And London's not as aesthetic as everyone makes it out to be, and neither is New York, allegedly. Oh, she looks so happy as well. Like, that's the thing, it's like she's changed in a good way. She's changed, she's found her like new passion in life, and like, isn't that what it's about? Like, she looks so happy sitting there and just watching like the runway. She looks so happy. But no, she does her makeup now. She's evil. She's committed to her work. How could she? It's giving me the vibes of like, oh, a woman's place is in the kitchen. Yes, only if she wants it to be her place.
Well, if you speak to him and he decides to rethink the divorce, then yes, fetch away.
This is the bit that I'm like, this movie is just a big talk about sexism in the industry and in all industries.
Another divorce? Just imagine what they're gonna write about me. The dragon lady, career obsessed. Snow Queen drives away another Mr. Priestly.
Whenever a man has 5,000 divorces and 5,000 new wives, it's like, oh my god, he's like wanted and he's just living his life. But when a woman has more than one divorce, things start to get a little bit controversial, as if that's not her decision to make. If a woman prioritizes her career, she's heartless and cold and, you know, just evil. And then when a man prioritizes his career, he's passionate and determined and just hardworking. So I think this is just like a big conversation about sexism, and that's why I get so angry about Andy and Nate, because I feel like he's pushing her down the direction of like, you do things that benefit me, not yourself. And she should be doing things to benefit herself first.
What are we toasting?
This is where the plot thickens. From this point onwards, the plot is thick. Stay focused, stay alert.
Is investing in James's company and taking it global. And James needs a partner. And that partner would be me.
But
Come on, you hate her. Just admit it to me.
no.
She's a notorious sadist. And not in the good way.
Focus.
Okay, she's tough, but if Miranda were a man, no one would notice anything about her except how great she
Tell
is
me we're
at her
wrong.
job.
Tell me we're wrong. Focus, guys.
What the hell is this?
What does it look like?
Of what American Runway will look like when Jacqueline Follet is the new editor-in-chief.
Miranda?
The red lip with the emerald dress.
Irva's making Jacqueline Follet the editor-in-chief of Runway. Christian Thompson told me he's gonna work for her, and Irva's gonna tell you today, so I thought that maybe if I told you that you could fix it.
And it's my great happiness today to announce to you all that that person is my friend and longtime esteemed colleague, Jacqueline Follet.
Oh, fuck. Guys, isn't this the plot twist we've all been waiting for? Hold on, just a minute. The explanation's gonna come, I tell you. It's great. It's fantastic. Not for Nigel. It's bad for Nigel. But plot?
You thought I didn't know. I've known what was happening for quite some time.
Here's the explanation, guys.
It just took me a little while to find a suitable alternative for Jacqueline. The magazine would have suffered. Especially because of the list. Designers, photographers, editors, writers, models, all of whom were found by me, nurtured by me, and have promised me they will follow me whenever and if ever I choose to leave Runway.
This is how you have ultimate power in the company, is, you know, having people completely loyal to you, I guess.
I see a great deal of myself in you.
See, if I heard that, I'd be really happy, but I guess this was a turning point for Andy.
I couldn't do what you did to Nigel, Miranda. I couldn't do something like that.
You already did.
You already did.
To Emily. I mean, what if I don't want to live the way you live?
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Andrea. Everybody wants this. Everybody wants to be us.
What's significant is she says everybody wants to be us, not me, like me. She doesn't say everyone wants to be like me. They said like us. She thinks Andy is now kind of like in the club, and Andy's now just like exiting the club as she becomes a part of it. See, in this moment, I'm happy that Andy's making a choice for herself. If that's not something that she's comfortable doing, you know, betraying people to get ahead, perfectly fine. She has the right to leave and pursue something else. But the way this movie ends is where I'm infuriated. This is the scene they should have cut out. I hate this scene.
Well, I wanted to say that you were right about everything.
No, no, he wasn't. We're giving him way too much credit.
I turned my back on my friends and my family and on everything I believed in. And for what?
For shoes and shirts and jackets and belts.
No, it's for a journalism career. That's what it was for. It wasn't for the shoes or the handbag. It was for the journalism career. The fact that I'm the only one that remembers this.
I don't know what I'm gonna do without those late night grilled cheeses, but...
I'm pretty sure they have bread in Boston.
Oh, I hate this scene so much. Because it just once again proves that, like, if a man says no, it means no. And if a man says you shouldn't have a career, then you shouldn't have a career. And then in the end, she basically is just like, yeah, you were right. I should just stay at home with you and sacrifice my career for your happiness, because my happiness doesn't matter and there's no compromise in this relationship. It's just whatever you say goes.
My only question is, Runway? You were there for less than a year. What the hell kind of a blip is?
Yeah, I don't know why she left right before the end of her year. Like, she had a few months left. Maybe even a few weeks.
Next thing you know, I got a fax from Miranda Priestly herself, saying that of all the assistants she's ever had, you were by far her biggest disappointment. And if I don't hire you, I am an idiot.
I love this. I'm glad that she's getting the job that she originally wanted in journalism. Like, this scene here, I'm completely fine with. It's just the previous scene with Nate that I'm just losing my mind over. I appreciate that in the book they essentially just took out the whole boyfriend plot and they focused it on her self-development, her kind of understanding of herself, her growth as a person. I just wish they had taken the boy situation out of it and focused on what's important, but that's my opinion. This scene's
Miranda
so
Priestly's
cute.
office.
I have all these clothes from Paris, and I don't have any place to wear them, so I was wondering if you could take them off my hands.
This is the girl, support girl, empowerment I'm talking about.
Well, I don't know. It's a huge imposition. I love it. And I'll have to get them taken in. I mean, they'll drown me. You have some very large shoes to fill. Hope you know that.
I just think this is the best movie to ever exist. I love it. It's my favourite. I'm just obsessed with it. to my core. I watch it all the time. I just wish there was some light little tweaks being made, but it's a movie from 2006. I don't really expect too much in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I just wish they cut out the Nate bit, and I think we can learn a lot from this about self-development, self-empowerment, and determination. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, anything in the comment down below, and subscribe to post videos every time I think of a movie to watch. So hit that bell, you'll be notified when that's happening. Social media links, any other links in description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.